Welcome to our podcast. This is our very first podcast. This is Soul Talk with Chasey and
Fred to the Rick, also known as Magnificent Soul Brother,
yes,
baby.
yes, gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. So today we want to start off our very first podcast talking about food labels and what you should be putting in your body and why it is so important to eat healthy. So I'm gonna let Fred to the Rick start it off with. I know he's got a lot of information on food labels, and you deliver packages, right? Food packages? Is that what you said?
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, it's very important to read the ingredients on any packages that you buying, any products that you buying. Why? Because if you don't read the ingredients, you're not gonna know if it's something harmful in there, if it's harmful chemicals, or if it's gonna be anything that's gonna harm your body. So we gotta get in a rhythm. We got to get in the ritual
Absolutely.
of just reading,
Do you always read the food labels when you buy food?
all the time, all the time.
Imagine so.
All-
Definitely would
yeah,
imagine so.
absolutely, all the time. But it was a time years ago, 14 years ago, when I didn't read the labels on nothing.
I com- I'm guilty of, of that too. Now I mostly eat plant-based. Sometimes I am pescatarian, so I eat a little fish sometimes, but for the most part I do eat pretty healthy. And when I look at ingredients, I'm looking for whole foods. Like, I don't want to see any additives. I want to see, okay, this is what, like, let's say I'm buying some applesauce. I just want to say some pureed apples. I don't want whatever ingredients, next to that. So is that kind of what you're looking for when, like, just the whole ingredient, nothing else?
Absolutely, you just want everything straight from nature. If it's an ingredient in if it's an ingredient in the product, and if it don't come from nature, you don't want it. I don't want it.
I don't want it either. Because I know, a lot of these chemicals, I mean, it really does affect how your body is working, your cognitive function. Are you tired? A lot of the stuff that we're putting in our body affects us as a whole, is what I believe. When I started eating a lot cleaner, I had more energy, cutting out like the what do you call it? The fake sugar, what's the sugar called? You know what I'm talking about.
Well, you got all kind of sugars. You got artificial
Show the food. What is that sugar? I can't even think of it right now. Why?
stevia. Are you talking about stevia?
Yeah, no, but it's in every high fructose corn syrup. What am I
Oh
talking
yeah.
That's in everything. It's
You know, you know what's crazy? You mentioned fructose corn syrup. To all the listeners out there, baby, if y'all listening, a lot of y'all be pulling up in them gas stations on them late night runs. You know what I'm saying? To get gas, you might got the munchies. Yeah, y'all running up in there, and they getting Pepsis, they getting Coca-Colas, and a lot of people not reading the ingredients, and it's fructose corn syrup in there.
I mean, it's even in
but
Gatorade. All those sports drinks that you think, that they promote on TV or advertise as, oh, this is gonna give you. That stuff has so much sugar in it. If you guys just turn that label around and see how much actual sugar is in that, because labeling could be tricky. They can advertise it or market it any type of way, and if you're not aware or conscious of that, you're gonna think, oh, this is good for you, and turn that bad boy around and look at how much sugar is in that.
turn the packages over.
Turn it right on over, right? So, yeah, is there anything that you would say, because I think you're a little more of an expert in this area. I know just personally, from the food that I buy, but is there anything in particular that you look for that you feel is just, is there?
Well, you mentioned fructose corn syrup, so that's number one on the list to stay away from. We already know from doing our research, we know that causes cancer, diabetes, inflammation in the body. So we know that's one chemical to stay away from. The
Absolutely.
second chemical to stay away from is a chemical called aspartame.
Yes. And aspartame causes cancer. It causes a lot,
Yes.
that's what I know it as.
Yeah.
So definitely stay away from aspartame, and that's in a lot of those substituted sugars. So we might think that this is a better option, but aspartame is not good for you as well. So
No, not at all. And it's an artificial sweetener.
absolutely, if it's again not from the earth, it's usually not good for your body.
It's not from nature. It's not from nature. And another one, I'm gonna give you another one to stay away from is when you read the ingredients on a lot of sodas or certain products, you will see something that says natural flavors.
Yes.
Stay away from that because when they want to hide chemicals from you, that's another way for them to hide chemicals from you. They put natural flavors. So when they want to hide a chemical from you, they just put natural flavors.
Yes. Yes. And so that's definitely something to
And anybody know that drink Pepsi, Coca-Cola, Sprite, anybody know that drink those type of beverages, no, it ain't no natural flavors in
there's
that.
nothing natural about it. um, when would you say that because you eat pretty clean as well, what would you say your diet is, or what do you usually put in your body, like as far as and what ingredient or what foods do you personally like to eat, or you know
My favorite fruit is watermelon. After watermelon comes mangoes. Those are
mm,
my two favorite, watermelon and mangoes. I love eating plenty of fruits throughout my day so I can stay hydrated. So I also can detoxify my body out. And also, a lot of people don't know that the fruits is giving your body, the insides of your body, is giving the insides of your body an internal shower. Now, what most of us do, right? Oh, I'm gonna go take a shower. That's cool. I promote, taking a shower hygiene, but
absolutely.
h- how many of us are taking an internal shower?
I don't think a lot of us are. And I think this is what I'm happy to do, is kind of shed some light, because I don't think that people consciously think about these kind of things throughout their day. People's days are busy. We're hitting that 9 to 5, and then it's like kids and family, and you really are just kind of a lot of people pick up fast food, or they just grab this from the supermarket, and they really aren't
Yeah,
looking at these you know ingredients, and we're just to bring some awareness to that, I think is really good.
yeah. And anybody that's, like I said, watching the podcast, next time y'all in Target, next time you in Walmart, any supermarket that you at, just observe. Pay attention to everybody in the store and just look at what everybody throwing in their shopping cart and notice how people just go to the shelf and be like, and nobody's reading nothing. So just observe people doing that.
Right.
And you're going to see, if you pay attention to everybody, most people, if you're paying attention to most of the things they got in their shopping cart, most of it is unhealthy. You might see one or two pieces of fruit, but everything else is meat, goat cheese, milk, and you like, where's the oxygen at? Where's the
Actually,
where's the life? Yeah.
where's the life at? Yeah. I mean, what do you think about like dairy products? What is your take on dairy products? Because I know that dairy is not good for you. That our body, well, because it creates mucus, which then it creates
Yeah.
disease, right?
Yeah. You hit it right on the nose. You hit it right
Yeah.
on the nose. It creates mucus. Mucus turns into inflammation,
Absolutely.
and
Yep.
then inflammation turns into pain.
To disease, turns into disease, which is
Yeah.
disease in your body.
There you go. Talk to him, girl. Talk to
So,
him. Let him know.
what people really don't understand is that these sugars and dairy and all that stuff, it is very acid for your body. And your body really, that's a breeding ground for disease. Your body is supposed to be in an alkaline state, and or disease can't survive in an alkaline based body. So you really want to keep your body alkalized and keep it more on the alkaline side. I think that do you want some ice cream sometimes? I mean, we all have our weaknesses, but for the most part, you want to keep your body more in an alkalized state. So that's just kind of how my rule of thumb. I haven't been sick in years. I think the last time I got sick was when my son was like 1 or 2. And from there, I haven't really put myself in that state. So it does work. And, now that I've become more of a plant-based eater, you have more energy. That sugar makes you feel sluggish, ruggish. You you can't think straight, you're probably more irritable. But really what you're putting in your body is how you're going to feel on the outside. That's going to affect you externally. That's how I personally feel.
Absolutely. You are what you eat. Your body rejuvenates and regenerates cells every 30 days from whatever you're putting into your digestive system. So if you just put in garbage in there, well, your body is regenerating new tissue and cells off of the garbage that you're putting in your body.
I
So
agree.
you can look at people's face most of the time, and you can tell what they eat through their diet. Most people look
Yes.
pale.
Or even how they think. Usually when it's not when I meet people, but let's say a coworker or something like that. The way they think or what they're on, I usually am like, what are they eating? That usually determines for me. I'm like, or if I see some people eating stuff, I'm like, I can kind of determine maybe how their thinking would be, because it's if it's clean or if it's not clean, or I mean, not to be judgmental, but again, it kind of gives you, for me,
You are,
for
yeah.
myself. I don't know if that's for you, but I'm like, what are you putting in there? I'm like, okay, not that I'm judging. You can eat whatever you want. Anybody watching, eat whatever you want. I am not a judge, but I'm just saying that's just kind of how I think, maybe like how people cognitively think. So, but I
Yeah.
could be wrong. I could be
I
wrong.
I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that. I will say, even if you have a person that's on a plant-based diet, that's eating fruits and vegetables every day, they still can be a toxic person.
That's
Because even though they put in fruits and putting all this alkaline stuff in their body, they might have still haven't changed their way of thinking, their mindset. So you might look at them and be like, "Hey, this is a nice person. They eating all these fruits and vegetables, but they still could be a toxic person."
That's very true. I mean, it's all mind, body, and soul, right? You want to have a good balance between all three. That's kind of what I'm saying. So, yeah, if you're not eating, you might need to work on something else. If you are a toxic person and you're healthy, that's great. But you also want to be working on your soul work, and keep your body. You're in a physical state that you can move. Energy likes to move. I'm all about energy.
No
Energy.
stagnant energy. No stagnant energy.
No, you want to keep it moving, you want to keep it creative, you want to keep it flowing. So, I think, this is a great first episode or first chat with us. Yeah, I know we're both really excited to kind of just get this up and going, but we just kind of wanted to share some of our thoughts on looking at food labels and eating healthy, and just being more aware and conscious about what's going in your body and how it's going to affect you. So, Fred, much gratitude. Thank you for the conversation today, and blessings to all of you.
Absolutely. And I just want to say one thing before we get out of here. Anybody that's following her account, make sure you subscribe to the podcast. Anybody that's following my Instagram
Tonight,
account, you already know.
we have much more to talk about. This is our first go around. I'm going to be completely honest. So we just had to try this out. But yes, hit like and subscribe. And we look forward to you guys following. And, feel free to leave comments in the comment box. We want to hear what you want us to talk about. So we just want to hear that feedback. So just let us know, and we can't wait to see you guys next time. So peace and love.
Gratitude.
Gratitude. All right.